Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've posted, and honestly, the reason for that is because I want to have something to say rather than just say something for it to be said, okay? I've also been really busy, but I know that's not an excuse. So today's video is all about self-validation and detachment. Those two things go hand in hand, and they will drastically change your life for the better. You will be fulfilled in life. You will realize that happiness is a choice. People's advice and criticism, for you to take it or not take it, is your choice. Your actions, your choice. Your words that you say, your choice. They're your choice. Everything really, kind of, basically, is your choice, okay? Then, detachment. That comes right after self-validation, or it can be done simultaneously. But if you do not master or have not worked on self-validation, you cannot be detached, because self-validation in itself is just knowing what you have to say, what you feel, and what you give to the world is valid. Your literal just existence is valid, and it matters. Because I bet you there's people out there who are praying to God that you're well because you matter so much to them. A lot of people might not like you, but that's their problem. And we're going to learn about how self-validation and detachment makes you the most confident person in the room. And a big misconception is that detachment is emotionless. No, people that are detached, we still feel emotions. We can feel emotions very deeply. But the thing with detachment is you are in control of your emotions, and you get to control how you react to someone else's actions. Because detachment is knowing that only your actions you can control. You can't control anyone else's actions, you can't control anyone else's reactions, you can't control anyone else's things that they tell you, because you're not them, okay? The only thing you can control is your actions and your reactions to someone else's actions. That was a lot of words. But when you master self-validation and detachment, I promise you, your world is you're gonna see the world through a different lens. Everything's okay. Everything's happening in my favor. Everything's good for me, okay? Everything is in its place. Everything will happen at the right time, at the right place. I do not know how. And basically, a detachment is kind of putting your trust in the hands of God, or whatever you believe in. But I believe in Allah, and for me, detachment is just putting my trust in the hands of Allah, my creator, and having trust that everything is gonna go just as it's supposed to go, how it's gonna go, and it's all gonna work out for me in the end, because honestly, that's really how it is. And if you've watched enough manifestation videos, the key to manifestation is to believing it's gonna happen, because as soon as your faith is gone, your action is gone. You're not gonna take action. As soon as your faith is low, nothing is gonna happen for you, because if you believe there's something good out there, that good will find you. And whatever you tell yourself, whatever you think about yourself, your brain, whatever your brain thinks about yourself, about other people, about the world, it will come to you, and it will be confirmation bias, okay? You will have a bias towards the world because you've thought about something and it came to you, and it's proven to you multiple times that is just how it is. So when I say like self-validation and detachment, I don't mean you're cold, I don't mean you're heartless, I don't mean you're like rude and mean and you block everyone out, you self-isolate. That's not what I mean. Okay, we need to get the definition of it straight, because self-validation is just knowing that what you feel and what you think and what you think you are is valid. It's the only one that matters, because the only person in this world that knows you truly inside and out is yourself. So why would you place a stranger's opinion of you, like, why would you say it's true? Do you know what I'm saying? Why would you think that their opinion matters more than yours when you know who you are? They don't. You don't know them. They don't know you. And even if it's not a stranger, even if it's someone you love and you care about and you deeply love them, they still don't know you inside and out. Like, there's still things you won't tell them because you're afraid they won't accept you. And that might or might not be the case, but still, you are the only person that knows yourself inside and out. And I'm saying person because God also knows you inside and out. He's the only one other than everyone else that knows you inside and out. He knows things that you don't even know about yourself. But the point here is, do not place your value and your worth on something that someone else has said about you. Confirmation bias is real, and when you search for things out in the universe, you'll find them, whether it's good or bad. If you're placing your worth on something that someone keeps telling you, or a lot of people keep telling you, it's obvious that your brain's going to start to believe these things. So it's really, really dangerous to be hanging out with people, to be friends with people, to have people in your close circle that just make you see yourself as a bad person, bad self-perception. And we need to understand, okay, with self-validation and detachment comes hand in hand, because the reason you know so much about your own worth and you value yourself a lot is because you know that if a hater comes and hates on you and, yucks your yum, it's because they are projecting their own self-image onto you. Okay, have you ever heard the saying, you think you're all that? You think you're all that? Like, you think you're all that? You really think you're that much better than me? Like, know what? You didn't say you were, that you didn't act like you were. They just see what they lack in you. Like, you make them hate themselves. That's why it's really important to understand how they're just projecting their own image on you, their self-image on you. And the funny thing is that it really makes me want to laugh when they say that, because they think it will hurt my feelings, or they think it will hurt your feelings. Like, first of all, I don't think I'm all that. I'm just trying to improve. Everyone is a human being. Everyone's trying to improve every single day. Everyone's only been on this earth one time. They're not going through it over and over. People have it figured out earlier than you, later than you, whatever. Everyone's on their own path. And that is a big part of detachment for me. And a lot of people have been saying, like, detachment in relationships and stuff like that. Like, no, I just think about it worldwide. Globally, I just think about it with the whole universe. Everything happens in its own timeline. Someone else happens in their own timeline. Things happen to you in their own timeline, when they're supposed to happen and where they're supposed to happen and how they're supposed to happen. So you comparing someone else's life to yours is so wrong, because you might get so much more than them, but just later in life. Later, okay? Have patience. And in our religion, sabr is such a big key, okay? Sabr is the key, and it opens all doors. All opportunities are open by sabr. Like, if you have patience with it, if you have faith and sabr with it, then you're good. And even if you're not Muslim, if you have patience with it, you know the universe is doing it in your favor. Every single thing that's happening to you is happening in your favor. Okay, you might have had a toxic relationship, toxic friendship, you might have had a childhood trauma, you might have been abused physically, emotionally, mentally. Like, I really do feel so much empathy, and I send so much love to those people that have been through that, because it's really not easy. But what did that teach you? It's supposed to teach you something, and until you learn that thing, it will keep happening to you. Until you learn to set boundaries, until you learn to say no, until you learn to put your self-value on yourself and not on your external things, until you learn that happiness is a choice. You can be happy right now. You can be happy in 50 years. You can be happy while you're crying. You can be happy. Like, it's a choice. And I know me saying that makes me seem like an ungrateful person, just saying, like, oh, if you're not happy, it's because you choose not to be happy. Like, I get it. There are depressive times in our lives, but we always, always, always need to have the faith that everything is happening in our favor. Because everything, the universe happens in everyone's favor all the time. I have a quote on my vision board that says, there is no failure. You either win or you learn. And learning is also winning. So it's a win-win situation any way it goes. If you have the belief that everything is going in your favor, it will go in your favor. I haven't done this video. I haven't made this video. I had it in my mind for like months now, ever since I started my YouTube channel, okay? I've wanted to make this video specifically for months. You know why I didn't? It's because I hadn't mastered it yet. I hadn't really learned that. I haven't really believed that, okay? I didn't really believe that everything happens in my favor. But as soon as I started getting more into like learning the things that the more I experienced it, the more the confirmation bias set in that yes, everything does happen in my favor. And I'm making this video now confidently and out of my heart, sincerely telling you that I swear everything happens in your favor all the time. The only thing you can control is your actions and your reactions to someone else's actions. That makes you feel so small and insignificant, but it's not meant to make you feel small and insignificant in a bad way. It's like, the world is so big. There are galaxies out there, universes. We're literally on a floating rock. Okay, we're literally on a floating rock right now. We're in space. Okay, it's crazy. It's like we're so insignificant. We're so tiny. It's like tiny little details. But yet, we think that our life's gonna end when this happens, XYZ happens, when we go through a breakup, or when we go through a friendship breakup, or when we dye our hair, when we cut our hair. I don't know. Like, we're just girls. I'm just a girl. I love using that term. When you're detached, you automatically become detached in relationships, in familiar relationships, in friendships, all of that. Like, if you're just going with the flow, does that make sense? Like, you're not completely fixed on the idea on having to keep someone for the rest of your life, because they're not yours. Nobody in this world belongs to you. Nothing in this world belongs to you. You are just born and you die at some point. You either die early, you die young, or you die old. And nothing really ever belongs to you. When you realize that, when you get that in your head, you're like, oh my gosh, we're so small and insignificant in this world. No one's gonna care. Literally no one's gonna care. Why should I care about other people's opinions? No one's gonna care. That's why I started this YouTube channel. I'm very different at school than I am on this channel, and there's people from my school that watch this video. And if you're watching this video, shout out, you know who you are. But literally, I do not care anymore. Because why should I? Because who cares? Who's gonna care in 5 years, in 10 years? Because in 5 or 10 years, if you have the idea to start a YouTube channel, do it now. Because if in 5 or 10 years, you're gonna be so grateful that you started. It will not matter how long it took. It will just matter that you started. You will be grateful that you started. Because we all start somewhere. We all start with 1 subscriber, which is our mom, and then we all grow from there, okay? It's not that easy. Actually, who said it was easy, okay? Pick a struggle that will help you have a higher reward, okay? I'm getting into a different tangent, but there's a high value struggle and a low value struggle. High value struggle will bring you better results and will make your life better and will have better outcomes. Low level struggle is like you choosing to stay in a toxic relationship just because it's familiar to you. Like, what is that going to get you? Absolutely nothing. But if you get out of that, that's also a struggle. It is a struggle. If you love struggle, choose the higher level struggle because it helps you become a better person. Closing that tangent, we get back into self-validation, okay? If you think about it, I don't even know why we place so much care into what other people think about us. And I come from a culture where it is super duper important on what the neighbor over there will think. What will that woman on the street think? What will the president think? Okay? I don't know. But we come from a culture where a lot of other people's opinions matter. And I just think that's bullcrap. Like, honestly, I think that's bullcrap. Like, do you know who doesn't want you to be a people pleaser? Do you know who doesn't want you to have the confidence? It's the people that take advantage of you. Because they thrive off of using you and abusing you for free. Because they don't lose anything, they gain everything from you, but they don't want you to come to terms with that. They don't want you to figure that out. I'm trying to stress this really heavily, and self-validation comes from self-esteem. It's a root, everything is a root of self-esteem. Your value, your worth, confidence, everything stems from self-esteem. And if you were raised to believe that your value is not high enough, or if your value doesn't comes from external factors like your grades, your looks, whatever, I'm really sorry for you. I have empathy for you, but you need to change. Like, whatever happened in your childhood or whatever happened really recently, that's not, that it comes to you, okay? It's not your fault necessarily, okay? It probably isn't your fault. And I'm stuttering because I don't know how else to say it, but it's not your fault. It's probably not even your fault. But it's your responsibility to take care of your inner child and to say, I have self-validation and self-respect, because self-validation stems from self-respect and self-esteem and whatnot. You have detachment because you know everything happens your way or everything happens in your favor. That is it. That is when you win in life. And listen, if you have haters because you're an amazing person, because you're an amazing, beautiful human being with a kind heart, you're gonna have haters. Do you know why? Exactly. It's because they're jealous. And thankfully, I grew up with a mom who was always like, it's because they're jealous. And it makes you feel like you're you know what I'm saying? Like you are that it girl. And I've been really lucky to have been raised that way, that I believe that I am the it girl. Like, I just am. And if someone is being mean to me, it's because they're jealous. And I don't mean like guys, because most of these haters are not guys. Most of them are girls, which is really sad to see, because I have had such a rough, rocky journey with girls, and I don't want to be the pick-me, and I'm not, but like I don't want to be the pick-me kind of thing, saying like girls are hard, girl friendships are hard because there's so much drama. Like there is a point in that. I will give them that. There is a point. But when you find the right people for you, there is no drama. There is none. And that's why I'm such a big girls girl. I'm such an advocate for women winning. I want women to win. Even if I would never put even my enemy, okay? I don't have enemies, okay? But like even if I had like a bad enemy that I did not like at all, I would still not leave her in the hands of men that put her down. That's just not who I am. It's not what I do. There's been instances where I've helped girls with the guys over there that I don't even like the girl. I don't even like, it's not bad to say, and it's not wrong to say that some girls you just don't get along with, and that's fine, because you don't have to get along with 8 billion people on this earth, because it's hard. Okay, I tell you, it's hard. There's 8 billion people, you're not gonna get along with all of them, and I'm sorry. But like, no, I'm not. So there were girls that I don't even get along with, okay? But I help them out of situations when guys are hurting them, like emotionally, mentally, physically, I don't know. But it does not matter. It does not matter who you are. In that moment, I'm gonna save you, because that's just who I am. I just cannot stand to see women lose. Because if we're not gonna, women's relationships are so close and they're so beautiful when they happen, when they are with the right people. It's such an intimate bond, and it's so hard to break ties with. It's so hard to like lose someone like that. Like imagine losing a best friend. It's hard. Like sometimes you cry yourself to sleep, but that's not the point. The point is, I would never let other women lose in front of men. Okay, I might hate the girl for something that she does, or for the way she acts. I might hate the way she talks to me. I might hate the way she dresses. But does that matter? No. And this is another tangent of being a girl's girl. If you're a girl, be a girl's girl. And don't be a pick-me that's like, put other girls down just to make herself seem better. Because does it help you? No, it doesn't. Does it help you? Absolutely not. And you're not a pick-me, and here's another thing. You're not a pick-me if you play sports. You're not a pick-me if you don't like makeup. You're not a pick-me if you love going to the gym. You're not a pick-me if you hang out with guys, I guess, most of the time. Most of the time, you're not a pick-me. You're only a pick-me if you put other women down in front of men to make yourself feel better about yourself. I love how this episode, or not episode, but this video is a lot like a podcast, and it's very out there, has a lot of tangents going into it, but everything that I'm saying here, it has a point. Like it has value, and I hope that you get it and understand it and you use it to make your life better. And I want to end off with a note, and I want to wrap it all up again. Okay, so the key things we've learned is that self-validation stems from self-esteem, and the big question you ask here yourself, if you don't have self-validation right now, ask yourself, do I really want to value someone else's opinion who does not know me, inside and out, over my own opinion. The next thing, detachment. And this is really important. I really want to stress this. Everything happens in your favor. Everything happens at the right time, at the right place, with the right people. You never lose. You either win or you learn. And both are win. So win-win situation here. Mastering the detachment, like universally, thinking about it like universe-wise, not just relationships, friendships, familial relationships, not just with people, but with the whole world, the whole universe, okay? We are this small. We do not matter in the whole workings of the universe. You know what I'm trying to say? We are so tiny in that we do not matter. It does not matter. So your self-validation needs to be so high so that you don't have like this fear of being seen, because your fear of being seen stems from not having enough self-validation. And I used to have this, so that's why I was like too scared to start a YouTube channel and whatnot. But like, you start a YouTube channel, people are gonna have opinions. You don't even have to start a YouTube channel. You just live your life, people are gonna have opinions. Also, people are gonna always love you. Not all people, but the people that truly matter, they will love you and support you when you're doing things beneficial for yourself, okay? I'm not gonna say they're gonna love you and support you always, because there's no such thing. And also, you might be doing something that's harming you and they won't support you in that. They'll tell you, wake up. And I'm here to tell you, wake up. Why are you placing your self-worth, self-esteem, self-validation in the hands of other people? It's like you're giving them power. Do you want to be powerless, or are you complaining about it? Because if you're complaining, oh my gosh, everyone's talking bad about me, everyone's doing this and this, you gave them the power to do that. Like, be for real, please. You gave them the power to control your emotions, to control your reactions, and to control your actions. When people control your actions or reactions, of course you're gonna complain. Of course you're gonna complain and be like, everyone hates me, or I hate myself. Why am I like this? Like, stop. I'm gonna tell you brutally and honestly and very concisely, it stops with you. It ends with you. The cycle ends with you. Like, your whole family might be having this trauma of like caring what other people think, being a people pleaser, having FOMO, whatnot. It ends with you until you are ready to feel your whole generational trauma. And I don't like using the word trauma because I think it's very overused. I think it makes people self-prescribe themselves with things, but we need to use it very sparingly, because there's actually people that do suffer from trauma. And I don't want to put those people down, and I don't want to make those people feel unvalidated, because those people actually have trauma and they actually have things that they need to work on. But some of us are throwing trauma around, the word trauma, like it's a piece of cake, okay? There is a value in the word trauma, so let's use it sparingly. You need to know that you and your opinions and your feelings are worth something. They are worth a lot. You are worth a lot, and you deserve, well, actually, we don't even deserve anything, but you need to believe that you deserve good things in life so that good things come to you. This is like tanging off into manifestation too, but you need to believe that you deserve things, good things to happen to you, to come to you, and because you're improving, because you are being those things. And once you become those things, then you can receive those things. Does that make sense? You can't want a confident friend if you are insecure. You can't want a fit partner if you never went to the gym. And I'm not saying you don't have the right because you don't have the right. You don't have to listen to me. Like, honestly, take it or don't take it. You can pick and choose what you want to take from this video. You can pick and choose advice. You can pick and choose. Okay, and another thing about advice is never take advice from someone you don't want to live their life. Like, if you don't want to live their life, don't take advice from them. Don't take criticism from them. Don't take advice from them if you don't want to live their life. You can listen to it and sometimes be open to it, but you really got to think for yourself. Think for yourself. Use your discernment. Do you really want to live that kind of life? This is very wordy, and I'm going to cut it short now. So, see you guys in the next video. I'm going to have something to say. Today I had something to say, and maybe next week I'll have something to say. So,